Good morning to you. And today I'm talking to you from the Gelek, Netherlands. And first of all, I'd like to give the greetings of the people here and to all of you who are listening and watching me. Tibetan Buddhism has a unique quality. We don't do that, not going all over the place, because the words that they provide keep you together. Sometimes you have sometimes I see play or some performance, entertainment performance of this, that all unrelated things put together. But there is some theme, either the music or the idea, or some things will keep everything together. Like that, like sometimes the music provides different performance of opera. Here and there are, although completely separate, but they bring together, they keeping together, sort of related together. And that's the words stars. So words are very important in Tibetan Buddhist tradition. Particularly, we have really had millions of great many teachers in the past 2,000 years. About 2,000 years. And what these great masters, on the basis of their experience, it kept them, sequences properly, everything. And where and how they kept them are through words, through meditation is also lined up. Prayer is lined up. Everything is the words keeps them. So those wordings are important in Tibetan Buddhism more than usual. And particularly in old Tibet, if I remember correctly, when I was back in Tibet, the society is not that educated society. Huge illiteracy. The literacy is very limited. People who can read and write are very, very limited. Maybe a couple of percentage. I don't think there is even 10%. So it is mostly the illiterates. But all our practitioners, more or less 90% are practitioners. How their practices kept in life is by those words. Words they memorize. They kept everything, every comprehensive practice. Comprehensive, I use that word because sometimes there is a basic difference, I notice. Sometimes in the West, prayer is just one thing, simply wishing. So you call that prayer. Or praising the object of refuge. So we call that prayer. But the Tibetan Buddhist prayer is different. Tibetan Buddhist prayer give you A to Z, every different ways. Whatever the focusing is, they give you A to Z comprehension. In other words, you must be wondering what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this. And when a Tibetan Buddhist practitioner and Tibetan, and when you are wanted to practice, let's say you would like to have good human life just like what we have today in our next life. So then the certain prayer you pick up, and that prayer will tell you what is the fundamental cause which provide the human life, and what is requirement to mature that cause. So conditions, what conditions you needed. Remember, in the Buddhist principle, it is dependent origination. Depend on cause, depend on condition. Both cause and the conditions are provided by the individual. So those prayers gives you the cause of a good life as a perfect morality. Those prayers will give you the good conditions what you needed. Is the 6 perfect activities, such as generosity, morality. Again comes morality, see? Patience, enthusiasm, concentration, and wisdom. Sort of 6 conditions. So when you say a prayer, the prayer is worded such a way that the individual already working through, by saying the prayer, it is already working for perfect morality, not only in your thoughts and your deeds, but the motivation is moving. And words you say make you act, make you adopt that action. Actually, not only a praying to a Buddha to grant, but actually repeatedly saying that it's reminding that individual, thoughts are built by ourselves as a human being because the idea pops up. The prayers will give you the idea. That idea brings the thought. That thought brings the action. That action brings the deeds. That deed brings the result. And that is how individual been improved. Even simply when you say praying or doing service. So I have no idea because I'm not a Judeo-Christian background. So in the service, but I presume in the service we're praising Lord and so on and forth. But the Tibetan, maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong. I don't get any indication from anybody, and who knows about it. But But the Tibetan Buddhist service, and it is sort of not really. It is commonly don't use the word service even, but there are services, there are prayers, and what they do is that they provide the individual who's doing it, who's saying it, not only to please Buddha, but to have action by yourself, such as purifying our wrongdoings, such as admiring the quality of an object to whom we worship, such as admiring good deeds of anyone. What do we call it? Rejoicing. The good deeds of anyone. And purifying your wrongdoing. When we say purifying, simply saying, I purify, does not become purification. Sometimes we say a lot of sorry doesn't mean anything. So in that manner, it doesn't work. So purifying here is really regretting what we did it, whatever we did it. And also committing not to repeat it, as well as to compensate. Because whatever the wrong deed is, you hurt somebody. When you hurt somebody, you have to compensate that. You have to compensate that. Compensation. And then also do a right thing, not to balance, but right thing to replace the wrong deeds. Can you replace is another question. However, from the effort's point of view, we have all of them making valuable, making it. So, like when you say prayer, service, in the Tibetan Buddhism, and that includes all of those. So what does that do? That's doing the individual practice. What are you practicing? You are practicing purifying your negativities and building your positive deeds and helping others, thus fulfilling the three morality points. And three morality points. The morality of restraining the wrongdoing. But we already engaged, already done. So how to change that? And that's the part of that particular morality of restraining. As well as morality of building a merit or positive deeds. Rejoicing is one of the key to double, triple the good karma. That's why accumulation of merit or acting virtuous. accumulating positive deeds and virtues. And then that is also a way how we help all beings. So these three combination work, is the morality that so much emphasized in the Buddha's teaching, and that has been followed by the Tibetan Buddhists for over almost 1,000 years. And that's what I would like to share with you today, because morality is very important, without which we get nowhere, according to Buddha. Thank you. That's the Buddha.
'Jewel Heart, een Tibetaans-boeddhistische organisatie in de Gelukpa-traditie, met Gelek Rimpoche als leraar. Op diverse locaties in Nederland zijn er studiegroepen waar de lessen van Gelek Rimpoche via transcripten bestudeerd en besproken worden.